dark energy continuously rose, sometimes forming into vicious demonic beasts among the rocky cliffs of Evil Moon Cliff, rampaging wildly. However, after a brief moment, they were swept away by the domineering green demonic aura of Evil Moon Cliff, as if there were a peculiar balance between the two forces, rising and falling in turn, each checking the other. This strange balance revealed a hint of mystery and malevolence, as if this place truly was the demon-suppressing prison. Black Fiend Dragon Wolf. Xiao Yan had borrowed a sliver of dark power from the Dark Nether Soldier. His body immediately became like a bat, moving silently through the Evil Moon Cliff, trying to locate the presence of the Demon King of 10,000 demons and his companions. He muttered, "This place is bigger than I imagined." However, Xiao Yan was stunned to find that the traces of the Demon King and the others had been completely erased, and the vastness of the Evil Moon Cliff exceeded his expectations. "Who's there?" A furious voice rang out just as Xiao Yan was about to pass a sharp-edged rock. Mid-7-star Do Xian Demon King? Xiao Yan's dark energy was shattered by the roar, and his body stood upright as he looked at the imposing figure before him, his face filled with black lines. The Demon King of Mid-7-star Do Xian, Tianying Snow Lord, stood before him in a suit of snowy white armor. His hair and eyebrows were pure white to the extreme, striking fear into anyone who looked at him. This person was skilled in flight, suited for aerial combat. With his mid-7-star Do Xian power, Xiao Yan could immediately feel an oppressive force, and it was clear that his combat strength was formidable. "Forget it, no need to waste time here. I'm just looking for someone." Xiao Yan shook his head lightly. Flames erupted around him, strengthening his speed to a whole new level. With the amplification of his fiery explosion technique, Xiao Yan was determined to leave, and the Snow Lord couldn't stop him. "Where do you think you're going?" Tianying Snow Lord never intended to kill Xiao Yan. Since Xiao Yan entered, he had sensed his presence, but he was curious about why a mere mid-7-star Do Xian little brat would dare to come here. If he were the savior of the Demon King and his companions, Tianying Snow Lord would never believe it. After all, Xiao Yan's power was far too low, almost negligible in his eyes. But now, with Xiao Yan fleeing after being exposed, his suspicions were confirmed. This guy had something to hide. Otherwise, why would he run upon seeing me? The cold, moon-white feathers rose behind Tianying Snow Lord, their beauty chilling. With a snap, they shot toward Xiao Yan's retreating form, cutting through the air with sharp force. Boom! As the feathers collided with the surrounding rocks, deafening sounds echoed, and powerful energy ripples spread, shaking the very fabric of space. Crazy bastard! Xiao Yan had just started running when he found his path completely blocked by rocks. Tianying Snow Lord's pursuit grew fiercer, and the attacks became increasingly strange and terrifying. Battle Soul. Sacred Flame. Soul Power. Xiao Yan murmured softly as his Battle Soul shadow appeared, and invisible soul energy slowly enveloped him, preparing to face the coming attacks. However, Xiao Yan knew deep down that his priority was not to defeat the Demon King, but to quickly escape and find the leader of the bodyguard team. Only by locating the Black Fiend Dragon Wolf could he address the situation in the monster realm. Even with the power of the demonic cube in hand, he didn't have the confidence to win, as these two were elite warriors under the Demon Emperor, accompanying him through life and death, making their combat abilities terrifying. Boom! Why are you running? Who are you? Suddenly, Tianying Snow Lord's body materialized like a ghost behind Xiao Yan. His path was blocked by the rocks ahead, and the evil energy within these strange stones was overwhelming. Even with the power of Sacred Flame, it would take a significant amount of time to break through. Who am I? Don't you know? Xiao Yan chuckled with interest, his inner flames glowing with a terrifying killing intent. Since he couldn't waste time, he decided to escape at full speed. From the spirit of the demon book, he knew that the energy in this place was extremely strange, and it seemed that the two beings in the demon-suppressing prison might break free at any moment. Boom! Amber flames surged from Xiao Yan's body like a tidal wave, crashing against the evil rocks around him. Interesting guy. The heavenly eagle Snow Lord sneered, and instantly, the temperature in the area plummeted. Snowflakes, shaped like diamonds, slowly drifted down. This guy's power is terrifying. Looking at the seemingly ordinary snowflakes, Xiao Yan couldn't help but tense up. He could clearly sense the horrifying power hidden within them. Soul power. Explode. Without any hesitation, a dazzling surge of soul power roared alongside the flame creature in front of him, shooting straight at the heavenly eagle snow lord. The air around them rippled, and cracks appeared. Crash! Several different forces collided, and the terrifying explosion turned the area into dust. Immediately, a huge bronze door, covered in countless green demon markings, appeared not far from the two of them. Is this the entrance to the demon-suppressing prison? Even as the battle's aftershocks hadn't fully subsided, Xiao Yan's gaze was fixed on the massive door, and he could smell an incredibly evil aura emanating from it. Kid, where do you think you're going? Seeing Xiao Yan's reaction, the heavenly eagle snow lord muttered under his breath, and countless snowflakes, carrying a cold killing intent, surged toward Xiao Yan. No time to play with you. Try this. Xiao Yan's face was pale, and a pale yellow fire lotus formed in his hand, which he immediately threw at the heavenly eagle snow lord. Thud. What is this? When the pale yellow fire lotus appeared, the snowflakes around the heavenly eagle snow lord emitted an intense sense of fear, trembling in response. Boom. The fire lotus, formed from the undying flame, might not be as powerful as Buddha's fury reincarnation, but its immortality granted it enough strength to buy Xiao Yan some time. Damn it, I can't open it. Taking advantage of the time bought by the fire lotus, Xiao Yan appeared at the entrance of the demon-suppressing prison. After inspecting it, he spoke helplessly. These demon markings were set up by a reincarnation powerhouse. How could you possibly open it? Let's go this way. With a blink, the spirit of the demon book, resembling a small white mouse, emerged from Xiao Yi's sleeve and scurried toward a gap in the rock by the bronze door. There, a faint demon aura and a strong scent of blood lingered. Clearly, someone had entered before them. This is the aura of the demon king of 10,000 demons. No doubt about it. Let's go. Xiao Yan grabbed the faint demon aura in front of him, carefully distinguishing it. His body then turned into a wisp of black smoke and darted into the demon-suppressing prison. Could it be? This kid is entering the demon-suppressing prison? Isn't he just looking for his own death? Outside, the heavenly eagle snow lord neutralized all of Xiao Yan's attacks. He could only shake his head, clearly underestimating Xiao Yan's strength. However, with Xiao Yan entering the demon-suppressing prison, he wouldn't chase after him, because he certainly didn't want to seek death. Inside the waterfire evil cage of the demon-suppressing prison, there were two white king-class powerhouses. Without the full strength of an 8-star Do Xian, entering that place would be nothing short of suicidal. Boom! As Xiao Yan's body lightly touched the small gap, his entire form was uncontrollably sucked into it, like being drawn into a ferocious, writhing hell, desperately absorbing him. The extreme force left Xiao Yan no choice but to endure the terrifying pull as he moved toward the demon-suppressing prison. Thud. In just a few breaths, Xiao Yan's body was pulled through the gap and into the 8th-ranked waterfire evil cage. Rip. As soon as Xiao Yan entered, his body hovered in the air. Looking around, he could feel an overwhelming evil aura spreading like a tidal wave, filling the entire space. Within that malevolent energy, there was also a trace of extreme heat and cold. Xiao Yan was likely on the edge of the demon-suppressing prison. There was no life here, only overwhelming, dark, evil power. At this moment, Xiao Yan stood in the sky as dark, evil energies slowly intertwined beneath him, gradually forming ominous, sinister demonic shadows. One by one, they lay still on the barren ground, continuously devouring the remaining white bones scattered across the earth. Even the demons' bodies glowed with a tempting black sheen, hinting at some terrifying, mind-numbing power. What a strange waterfire evil cage. Xiao Yan furrowed his brow. He unleashed his soul power, hoping to locate the aura of the demon king of 10,000 demons. However, As soon as his soul power left his body, it was instantly trapped within a 100-meter radius, immobilized as if bound by the evil forces around him. Crack! A sound echoed. As if sensing Xiao Yan's presence, one of the demonic shadows below surged into the air. A massive serpent made of demonic energy rose, twisting its dark body. Die! Seeing the sudden scene, Xiao Yan raised his palm, a scorching flame appearing. It quickly wrapped around the massive demonic energy giant snake, which was instantly vaporized into dust, dissipating into the void. As expected, this is the demon-suppressing prison ranked 8th. If one's strength is below 7-star Do Xian, they would surely die here. Xiao Yan shook his head weakly. On this barren land, countless white bones and demonic shadows lay in wait. They silently lurked, ready to surge forth and devour any intruder when they let their guard down. The vast number of these creatures within the demon-suppressing prison far exceeded Xiao Yan's imagination, and the evil aura within them was definitely something he could not simply eradicate. However, Xiao Yan was slightly puzzled. Every time he used his demonic power, he had to rely on the demonic cube to prevent backlash. If the demonic cube could absorb this evil force, then the demon-suppressing prison would be the perfect place to replenish its energy in the future. Time to get to work. After a moment, Xiao Yan's voice grew louder, and he coldly snorted. Hey, hey, hey. What are you doing? The small white mouse, the manifestation of the spirit of the demon book, was instantly expelled from Xiao Yan's body. It hovered in midair, its eyes narrowing at the massive black, liquid-like demonic shadows below, feeling a deep sense of revulsion. Find the demon king of 10,000 demons for me, Xiao Yan murmured, his amber-colored sacred flame rising as he stared down at the evil demonic shadows below. You're overestimating me. I'm just a little demon spirit, the white mouse replied, clearly displeased. Then you're of no use to me. Go. A cold smile appeared on Xiao Yan's face, and he grabbed the mouse by the tail, swinging it downwards towards the area where the most concentrated demonic shadows gathered. The dense mass of blackness was so packed that, in an instant, the mouse would be devoured completely, reduced to blood and flesh. No. Don't. The white mouse trembled and roared in fear. It had no power of its own, and if thrown like that, it would surely perish. That's better. Hearing the mouse's plea, Xiao Yan's cold smile softened into a gentler one. His body appeared beneath it, catching the mouse with his hand. You're truly a bad one. Enough with the nonsense. Xiao Yan rolled his eyes. If it weren't for his soul's injury and the need to hide the sacred flame's presence, he wouldn't have let this little creature act. Buzz buzz. A tremendous force erupted from the white mouse, one that seemed to surpass the power of heaven and earth. Along with it, the demon book, shimmering with numerous strange demonic auras, appeared, suggesting a special connection between the two. Buzz buzz. Above the sky, a dazzling green arc of light flashed, seemingly illuminating this barren land. Immediately, countless demonic shadows below began to stir restlessly. They rushed towards the green demonic glow, driven by insatiable greed. Scram! Just as these demonic shadows reached within 100 meters of the white mouse, a cold roar echoed out, accompanied by a surge of sacred flame power, sweeping across the area. Whoosh whoosh! The weaker demonic shadows were instantly shattered by the powerful roar, while the remaining shadows hesitated, confused, before retreating back into silence. I found their location. After a moment, the white mouse muttered, its expression clearly dissatisfied with Xiao Yan's earlier trickery. What is this? Before Xiao Yan could speak, a pure white feather slowly flickered on the demon book, clearly gathered by it. The feather was immaculate, exuding a faint, divine aura. However, on closer inspection, there were traces of blood on the feather, as if it had fallen off someone seriously injured. Is this the angelic wing of the light demon? What is going on? The moment Xiao Yan held the feather, a sense of familiarity surged from his heart, quickly turning into a deep shock on his face. He had become all too familiar with the aura of the light demon during his time in the Soul Hall. How could her angelic wing appear here, in the demon-suppressing prison, surrounded by the waterfire evil cage. Did this mean that the light demon was currently in the demon-suppressing prison? Or had she been here before? Countless questions plagued Xiao Yan's mind. Hee, looks like there's going to be a good show in the demon-suppressing prison this time. However, I will make it clear to you that there are terrifying beings here who have touched the cycle of reincarnation, and there are even things more terrifying than the two white kings. But those powerhouses are beyond my knowledge, the little white mouse said softly. It was originally the spirit of the demon book, and the demon book in the monster realm was like a heavenly scripture that knew everything. As for this being, although it had no combat ability, it was like a prophet, knowing many things about the monster realm, touched the cycle of reincarnation, and even more powerful than the two white kings. Upon hearing this, Xiao Yan's fist involuntarily clenched, and the demonic cube within him reacted, becoming surging. An overbearing and vast aura spread out. Go! With a roar, the two of them simultaneously headed deeper into the demon-suppressing prison. At this moment, the usually silent demon-suppressing prison became bustling due to the arrival of the 10,000 Demon King and Xiao Yan. And deep inside the demon-suppressing prison, uninvited guests had also arrived, beings like those from the Soul Hall. This is such an evil place. Inside the waterfire evil cage, the 3 Demon Kings of the 10,000 Demon King, carrying 2 unconscious captains of their elite guard, slowly walked through. Their purpose was, of course, to escape the pursuit of the Blood Demon King. Even with the 3 of them, they were all heavily injured. Together, they might not even be able to match the Blood Demon King, let alone protect the 2 unconscious captains of their elite guard. These 2 are heavily injured as well. I hope nothing happens to them, said the Earth Rhino Demon King helplessly, instinctively sensing that the life force of the 2 captains was slowly fading away. But none of them knew any healing techniques, nor did they have any healing pills. Thus, they could only temporarily deal with the Blood Demon King and think of another plan. I'll stop the Blood Demon King. You 2 take them and leave here as soon as possible. The rest is up to you. This is our last hope. After a deep breath, the 10,000 Demon King said to the other 2, his voice carrying a calm sense of resignation. Don't say such depressing things. The Earth Rhino Demon King tried to comfort him. Boom. Suddenly, a wild wind howled through a corner of the gloomy and evil demon-suppressing prison. Countless evil auras rained down from the sky. At this moment, a burly man with blood-red eyes and a surrounding bloodthirsty aura appeared, a crazy smile curling at the corners of his mouth as he stared at them. The feeling was like being watched by the Grim Reaper, cold to the bone, with an icy death aura filling the air. He's here. Yeah, he's here. Let us team up one last time. It's been a long time since the war in the monster realm. We haven't fought together in ages. I truly look forward to it. All right. The 10,000 Demon King and the Flower Demon King spoke simultaneously. After speaking, their bodies shook, and they handed one of the unconscious captains over to the Earth Rhino Demon King. Immediately, countless eerie green lights flickered on their bodies, and overwhelming demonic energy erupted, sending the surrounding evil forces back hundreds of miles. Why aren't you running? The Blood Demon King stood in the void, staring at the 2 Demon Kings who had come to their deaths, his voice filled with viciousness. This place can be your burial ground. What do you think? The 10,000 Demon King coldly responded, his voice containing an immense killing intent. Blood River Giant Ape? Seeing the tricks the 2 Demon Kings were trying, the Blood Demon King sneered, roaring loudly. A bloodthirsty aura erupted around him, and in an instant, a massive, terrifying creature formed in front of him. It was an ape. The ape's body was surrounded by countless dark red bloodstains. Its eyes gleamed with a strong bloodthirsty aura, and its fists exuded an overwhelming sense of suppression. Clearly, both its defense and attack power were formidable. Flower Demon Fruit. Upon seeing this, the Flower Demon King did not hesitate. Her delicate jade hand stretched out, and vibrant green energy burst forth, immediately forming a green forest zone around them. The dense life aura significantly improved the injuries of both Demon Kings. At the same time, a large green fruit, wrapped in powerful vines of life force, appeared behind them, seeming to contain some mysterious life form. 10,000 Demon Puppet. Seeing this, the 10,000 Demon King smiled in satisfaction. He waved his sleeve, and an identical figure to himself charged toward the Blood Demon King. Bang! 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 The Blood Demon King saw this and clenched his fists, launching brutal punches and kicks. Whoosh! Whoosh! Even though the puppet was being brutally attacked by the Blood Demon King in close combat, it did not sustain any injuries. Get away from me! Seemingly enraged by the puppet, the Blood Demon King released his demonic aura, instantly forcing it back with a violent shockwave. Boom! With a roar, the furious ape monkey's eyes flashed with a cold, murderous glare. It immediately lifted its foot and charged toward the opponent with a terrifying stomp. Move! 10,000 Demons' mysterious soul palm. Seeing the deadly foot coming at him, the Demon King of 10,000 Demons gently pushed the delicate body of the Flower Demon King aside. Then his palm glowed with a brilliant green light. With a leap, his palm met the bloodthirsty kick in midair. Boom! Waves of terrifying energy rippled out from the point of impact, shaking the entire demon-suppressing prison. It seemed as if the two White Kings deep within the prison felt the tremor, but they were immobilized by countless restraints and could not move. Master, should we just wait here? Beneath, on a barren patch of land, a vast army stood quietly, watching the frightening battle unfolding in the sky, murmuring among themselves. Heh, why the hurry? The real show is yet to come, the leader chuckled darkly, then removed the conical hat from his black robe. Xiao. This man was none other than the long-missing Hall Master of the Soul Hall, the Yellow Hall Master. Master, what exactly is our goal? Seeing Xiao's actions, the surrounding powerful figures couldn't help but ask. There were about 20 or so strong individuals around, including Soul Hall experts and Demon Beast Generals, all at the 7-star Docian level. Don't worry. Our goal is not just the two White Kings. As for the deepest Red King Palace, our Hall Master has coveted it for a long time, Xiao's voice echoed. The situation returned to stillness, though it was clear that he had come prepared. Boom! The battle in the skies raged on, with every strike creating energy ripples that shook the barren space within the demon-suppressing prison. This can't go on. 10,000 Demons Vine. The Flower Demon King once again summoned a sealing vine, but it had no effect on the Blood Demon King. The power between the two had already weakened to a near-fatal level. At the end of the road, then die. Seeing the weakening auras of the two in front of him, the Blood Demon King sneered. The violent ape monkey also fell silent as waves of blood-red liquid flowed from the Blood Demon King's body into the ape monkey. In no time, the blood-red ape monkey's body expanded to 1,000 feet in size, and the power within it surged like a blood ball on the verge of exploding. Die! After completing this, the Blood Demon King's face twisted with madness as he slapped down heavily toward the two, filling their hearts with waves of oppressive death energy. Damn! He's locked onto us. We can't move. The Flower Demon King and the Demon King of 10,000 Demons helplessly shook their heads. Even if we die, we can't let this bastard win. Let us defend our master's indestructible will. The two exchanged a glance, and suddenly, their dying energy burned with a terrifying brilliance, like the light of the sun. Demon Emperor's heavenly appearance. Just as the two were preparing to burn their lives, a gentle flame enveloped their bodies, halting their reckless impulses. A voice of supreme authority echoed from the heavens, and a massive green figure emerged beside them. It was a soft, elderly silhouette, its body covering 1,000 feet. Green flames blazed across its form, and its eyes radiated an unmatched, intimidating power. That was the Demon Emperor, a legendary figure in the monster realm, renowned for his extraordinary strength and unmatched battle prowess. Buzz buzz. Strange humming sounds emanated from the green giant, and to the Blood Demon King's surprise, he couldn't help but feel an overwhelming sense of worship. The Demon Emperor's heavenly appearance? Impossible. At this moment, the Blood Demon King's eyes were filled with extreme shock, and his once mighty furious ape monkey slowly charged toward the figure. Whoosh! The massive figure of the demon emperor suddenly shifted with life, using the green flames on its body. Both hands rose, striking down at the furious ape monkey. Boom! With a single blow, the seemingly invincible furious ape monkey was instantly reduced to ashes by the green flame-covered palms. One strike, just one strike, and the Blood Demon King's powerful attack from the peak of 8-star Do Xian was shattered in an instant. This was the Demon Emperor, a hero in the ancient monster realm capable of standing alone against the White Kings of the extraterritorial evil clan. Strength does not represent everything, and this is exemplified to the fullest in the Demon Emperor. Who is it? Who exactly is it? After a moment, the Blood Demon King's furious eyes narrowed, and his gaze moved frantically, trying to find the ultimate culprit, intending to tear them apart. No need to search. At this moment, a man dressed in black, his body enveloped in amber-colored flames, slowly stepped out of the void and smiled faintly. Who are you? Mid-7-star Do Xian? The Blood Demon King couldn't help but express disbelief. There's nothing impossible about it. Xiao Yan replied indifferently. Even now, Xiao Yan could still sense the overpowering aura from the Blood Demon King, one that only a true battle-hardened warrior could possess, the murderous intent. Xiao Yan. In the distance, the Demon King of 10,000 demons saw Xiao Yan's figure and couldn't help but roar loudly. Looks like one of your subordinates is quite the remarkable figure. The Flower Demon King nodded slightly. Little pest. You ruined my plans, die now? Seeing Xiao Yan's detestable expression, the Blood Demon King roared, raising his palm and violently slamming it towards Xiao Yan. Very strong attack. If this continues, you might be completely obliterated by this blow. At this moment, the little mouse unexpectedly did not enter Xiao Yan's body, but instead stood on his shoulder, speaking in a low voice. Indeed. But there's no other choice, is there? Xiao Yan gave a faint smile, but the smile on his face quickly froze. Boundless killing intent spread outwards. Fiery explosion technique. Dragon God's first transformation, second transformation, third transformation, Battle Soul. Immortal Armor Defense Plate. Xiao Yan cast 4 techniques in quick succession, attempting to resist the enormous blood-red palm. Boom, boom, boom. The blood-red giant palm, with the power unique to a late 8-star Do Xian, slowly moved towards Xiao Yan. The terrifying blood-red storm and the sea of blood it created made Xiao Yan feel like he was in the very depths of hell. Such power was enough for Xiao Yan to truly feel the breath of death up close. Boom, boom, boom. With a bang, the attack arrived instantly. Xiao Yan only felt his body being dragged into a unique space, where he was subjected to execution and judgment. Boom. The deafening sound echoed in his ears. Xiao Yan felt his eyelids grow heavy, wanting to close them slightly and try to make himself a bit more comfortable. Is it over like this? All around Xiao Yan, the bloody aura completely replaced his Do Qi in flames, as if the next moment he would be entirely engulfed by this blow. Devil. Transformation. It seemed extremely reluctant to use this power. Xiao Yan spoke softly. At the same time, the demonic cube within his body, like an excited child, happily leaped and instantly expanded. Waves of evil demonic energy rippled outward, spilling from Xiao Yan's soul sea into his body. At the same time, Xiao Yan's deeply suppressed demonic bloodline, like bamboo shoots after a rain, erupted uncontrollably. You've done well, little one. Let these shameless scoundrels see the power of our Xiao clan. Let them recall the terror of being dominated in ancient times. Just as Xiao Yan's demonic bloodline was about to surge, a loving, ancient voice slowly rang out in Xiao Yan's mind. Although the voice was extremely old, Xiao Yan had no doubt about the supreme power behind it. That power was absolutely not something that the reincarnation stage could compare to. In fact, it could even be said to surpass the reincarnation stage, reaching a new and unparalleled realm. The voice flickered slowly from Xiao Yan's forehead at the moment he faced a great change. While the previously passionate demonic bloodline and the demonic cube no longer dared to rebel. They quietly lay down, calm. This is bad. What kind of power is this? The surrounding sea of blood violently surged, the blood-colored storm and the roar of the blood-red sea rushing towards Xiao Yan. But when it neared him, it abruptly stopped. On Xiao Yan's forehead, a pure white light flickered. At the same time, an ancient and eternal pattern slowly appeared on his forehead, illuminated by the pure white halo, exuding a divine radiance. Unbeatable. That is, the Xiao clan's clanmark power? This guy is actually a descendant of the Xiao clan? Xiao Yan of the Xiao clan, no wonder. At this moment, the Demon King of 10,000 Demons and the Flower Demon King both spoke in shock. Impossible. Wasn't the Xiao clan completely annihilated? How could there still be descendants? How could he possess the most authentic bloodline of the Xiao clan? How could he have the clan mark power? In that instant, the Blood Demon King's previous arrogance disappeared entirely, and a dense blood cloud wrapped around his body. Anyone who defies the Xiao clan must die. A hoarse voice, like that of a kindly elder, emanated from Xiao Yan's forehead. Instantly, an extreme wave of terrifying energy swept outward. Whoosh whoosh. After a brief pause, strands of white energy gently spread out from between Xiao Yan's slightly closed eyelids, and moments later, it trembled violently like a world-destroying beam, transforming into a soft white arc of light that howled toward the Blood Demon King's escape route. Impossible. At that moment, the Blood Demon King's pupils contracted sharply, his body froze instantly, and in that moment, the white arc of light easily pierced through him. Boom, boom, boom. After the white arc pierced through the Blood Demon King's body, it exploded without giving him any chance to react. In the blink of an eye, this late-stage 8-star Do Xian-level Blood Demon King was reduced to nothing under the power of Xiao Yan's clan mark. At this moment, Xiao Yan seemed to enter a special state of deep meditation and was unaware of what had happened. However, he could clearly feel that the external crisis had been eliminated, and even when the clan mark's power erupted, his Xiao clan bloodline within him completely boiled over. At this moment, a white arc of light stood quietly at the center of Xiao Yan's forehead, filling the space between his eyebrows. The light arc traced countless white patterns, like a deity's meticulous carving, pushing Xiao Yan's aura to its true peak. It seemed to act like a vertical eye, slowly closing, even disappearing. However, the ancient voice that had just emerged from the clan mark, like a deity towering over the great thousand worlds, remained unshaken. Buzz, buzz, buzz. At that moment, the heavens and earth changed color. Countless dark, evil energies rapidly fled, terrified by the supreme aura that had just emerged from Xiao Yan. This guy really is hiding his true strength. Seeing Xiao Yan in his dazed state, the 10,000 Demon King smiled in relief, a sense of solemn respect rising for Xiao Yan. This guy is actually one of the last descendants of the Xiao clan. But what is he doing here in our monster realm? The Flower Demon King also revealed a rather indifferent smile. Now that the crisis was over, there were no more worries. But this was clearly unexpected. The Xiao clan has a deep relationship with Lord Demon Emperor. I suspect this guy came for Lord Demon Emperor. The 10,000 Demon King said with a laugh. Are you saying? The Flower Demon King suddenly realized. We'll talk later. You go find the Earth Rhino Demon King. I'll stay here and watch him, in case these blind fools make a move. The 10,000 Demon King smiled. Okay. The two immediately split up and began to act. In the sky, Xiao Yan was still in that special meditative state, unaware of what was happening. Whoosh whoosh. After about 10 minutes, Xiao Yan suddenly moved, gasping heavily, his pupils filled with an expression of disbelief. 10,000 Demon King? Xiao Yan scanned around and muttered, You brat, you really are hiding your strength. Seeing Xiao Yan waking up, the 10,000 Demon King hurried over and laughed. What just happened? Xiao Yan looked at the Blood Demon King's figure, now completely gone, and scratched his head in confusion. It seemed that when he was about to use demon transformation, an ancient, hoarse voice had emerged within him. The voice seemed to come from his clan mark, but what had happened afterward? He couldn't remember clearly. You don't remember? The 10,000 Demon King seemed to notice something and asked gently. I don't remember. By the way, where's the Blood Demon King? Xiao Yan asked, still confused. You're a human from the human realm, right? The 10,000 Demon King ignored Xiao Yan's question and asked instead.
Yes.
Xiao Yan nodded lightly. Did you meet Lord Black Fiend Dragonwolf when you first entered the monster realm? Yes, but at that time, he was only at the early stage of 8-star Docian. Master is the commander of the monster realm. He left secretly, and must have sent a fragment of his essence to shake other powerful beings. Naturally, his strength was weaker at that time. But his real strength is the full 8-star Docian. Few people know that. Then I'll boldly guess. You came to the monster realm to help Lord Black Fiend Dragonwolf, or perhaps Lord Demon Emperor? The two continued their conversation intermittently. At this question, Xiao Yan suddenly raised his head, looking warily at the 10,000 Demon King. Don't misunderstand. I don't mean anything by it. The 10,000 Demon King quickly explained. Putting aside the fact that Xiao Yan and Lord Black Fiend Dragonwolf are close friends and equals, Xiao Yan is also a descendant of the Xiao clan. With all his multiple identities, he stands head and shoulders above the 10,000 Demon King. At the beginning, I promised the Black Fiend Dragonwolf that I would come to the monster realm to see if I could lift the Demon Emperor's seal. He was supposed to come and meet me, but when I entered the monster realm, no one was there to greet me. That's why I ended up at the edge of the nation of 10,000 demons, and this series of events unfolded. Xiao Yan couldn't help but speak with a face full of black lines. Subordinate, I pay my respects to Lord Xiao Yan. At this moment, the Demon King of 10,000 demons bowed deeply to the void, performing the highest formal greeting of the monster realm to Xiao Yan. Lord, this is... What merit or virtue do I have to deserve this? Please, rise quickly. Xiao Yan hurriedly stepped forward to help him up. Hee, it's well deserved. The Demon King of 10,000 demons responded mysteriously. The two of them were silent for a while, each recovering their Do Qi and demonic energy. Soon, the other two Demon Kings also arrived slowly. Lord. The Earth Rhino Demon King respectfully spoke to Xiao Yan, clearly indicating that the Flower Demon King had been speaking highly of him along the way. What? At this moment, Xiao Yan was completely stunned. These three guys were top figures in the monster realm. What was going on here? All right, enough wasting time. This is the inner part of the demon suppressing prison. It's not a place to stay for long. We should leave as soon as possible. The Demon King of 10,000 demons urged, for if the two White King-level entities broke free, they would have no chance against them. I'm afraid there's no time. The injuries on the two heads of the personal guard are very severe. We must act quickly to expel the poison, or else. Xiao Yan frowned, holding the pulses of the two unconscious figures, and said in a deep voice. The feeling was that these two had first been seriously injured by someone, then poisoned. It was a tragic situation. Lord, do you have a solution? Hearing Xiao Yan's voice, the Demon King of 10,000 demons laughed. With the crisis resolved, rescuing the two personal guard commanders was now the top priority. Once they awakened, they would be able to locate the Black Fiend Dragonwolf. At that point, everything would be much easier. I have the sacred flame. I can try. After thinking for a moment, Xiao Yan found no other choice and said in a firm tone. The external world was already in turmoil. Even if they left the demon-suppressing prison, the situation wouldn't be much better. They might as well take a risk and see if they could awaken the two. Good. Everything depends on Lord Xiao Yan. The three of them said in unison, standing guard around Xiao Yan. I don't have many options. I can only use the most straightforward method. Please bear with it, my lords. Xiao Yan said, and the sacred flame from the amber rock soul flame surged out, gently heading toward their bodies. FSSSHHH. Even though they were unconscious, the excruciating pain still made them let out a series of instinctive low growls. The sacred flame entered their bodies and began to slowly burn their bones to expel the poison. This was the only option they had now. The two personal guard commanders, both at the peak of 8-star Docian, could have been defeated so miserably. Their assailant's strength must be at least at the perfected 8-star Dosian, or even at the reincarnation stage. While expelling the poison, Xiao Yan couldn't help but feel a slight shock. Lord Black Fiend Dragon Wolf, Waterfire Evil Cage. As the last drop of poison was expelled, one of the commanders, with unwavering willpower, managed to speak a few words before falling unconscious again. With the poison expelled and their severe injuries, they would likely remain unconscious for some time to recover. Thankfully, it wasn't fatal. As the fragmented words faded, the eyes of the 4 individuals, including the Demon King of 10,000 demons, became more profound. The unavoidable had finally happened. Deep within the Waterfire Evil Cage in the demon-suppressing prison, there were 2 White King-level members of the extraterritorial evil clan. Their power was undoubtedly immense, and this was their domain. With centuries of sealing, whether their strength had grown again was uncertain. What? Lord Black Fiend Dragon Wolf, is he really deep inside the demon-suppressing prison? The moment the voice of the commander, who had just spoken his last few words, faded, the 3 demon kings, including the Demon King of 10,000 demons, fell silent for a few minutes. Then, their eyes flashed with an uncommon heaviness. The Waterfire Evil Cage in the demon-suppressing prison ranked 8th, with the terrifying power of 2 White King-level entities, not to mention the other evil beings inside. Given their current strength, they were almost powerless. If they insisted on going, they would likely face certain death. But if they let this opportunity slip by, and if the Black Fiend Dragon Wolf met his end, it would not only affect the numerous demon nations behind them, but even the place where the Demon Emperor's seal was hidden would be compromised. At that point, the structure of the monster realm might undergo earth-shattering changes. It seems we must go deep into the demon-suppressing prison. After a brief pause, Xiao Yan nodded solemnly and said in a deep voice. He understood the severity of the situation. The reason he had come to the monster realm in the first place was to do this, so he couldn't hesitate. Earth Rhino Demon King, Flower Demon King, take them back. Our scattered forces need someone to oversee things. But remember, our current strength is no match for the other 2 powerful beings. We must prioritize caution. Once we've rescued the Black Fiend Dragon Wolf, we'll head to the mysterious place to try to rescue our master. You must hold out until then. I will go with Brother Xiao Yan to the depths of the demon-suppressing prison to take a look. After some contemplation, the Demon King of 10,000 demons sighed, and his voice, filled with a sense of resignation and an unspoken trust in the fate of his loved ones, was unmistakable. All right. The 2 exchanged a glance, carrying the 2 unconscious personal guards, before slowly leaving the demon-suppressing prison. Both of them understood that this time, the sacred mission they were burdened with, whether it was themselves or Xiao Yan and his companions, was incredibly heavy. I'm afraid they will be there. After a slight pause, Xiao Yan's deep eyes gleamed with a sacred flame, looking into the endless, dark void ahead. Whoosh! Whoosh! Inside the vast and boundless demon-suppressing prison, it was like a land corroded by demonic, evil forces, dark and gloomy. At that moment, beams of black light suddenly shot out from the horizon, and the void along their path trembled. A rare wail of sorrow echoed through the air. Zzz. Xiao Yan's hand gently grasped a few of the black beams. Immediately, his palm recoiled, feeling as if it had been electrocuted. This level of power, it seems only a king-level being could wield it. Seeing Xiao Yan react in such a way, the Demon King of 10,000 demons coldly spoke. It seems that in addition to the monster realm, there are other unfamiliar auras here. Familiar. It seems like the scent of the soul hall. Xiao Yan's palm was unharmed, but the black beam, which clearly fell from the sky, carried not only a sinister, eerie evil power, but also an aura of a powerful soul hall expert. There's no time to waste. Let's go. The 2 exchanged a glance, then slowly ascended and headed towards the horizon. The Waterfire Evil Cage demon-suppressing prison was an unusual place. The prison was divided into 2 realms, water and fire, and at the center of the 2 realms, in the high skies, stood a naturally formed dark red giant cage. Around the cage, evil energy surged, and the water and fire domains were highly bizarre. However, at this moment, within this ancient, bird-cage-like prison, strange figures stood silently inside. My lord, ahead is the prison of the 2 White King-level experts. With our strength, we'll likely be obliterated instantly. A small group of around 30 people, led by Su Xiao, was cautiously moving through the dark void. Inside the evil cage, staircases led directly to the bottom, and the walls and stones surrounding the cage were covered in sacred Buddhist patterns, faintly suppressing the surging evil power below. Don't worry. I believe the 2 White Kings will be very interested in this transaction. Su Xiao, with a strange smile, appeared confident. As he spoke, strange ghostly faces appeared around him, isolating the surrounding sacred power, and he moved easily towards the bottom. Meanwhile, around the waterfire evil cage, several figures were being relentlessly pursued by a graceful figure. Long Wolf, you must leave now. Her power has reached the reincarnation stage. We are no match for her. I only wish to be with Tianhin in this life. Outside the cage, 2 figures were rapidly fleeing from the pursuing figure. The woman spoke as they fled. At this moment, the 2 of them were covered in wounds, their energy waning. Clearly, they had wasted much of their strength evading the pursuit of the female demon. But how could 2 8-star Dosien escape the chase of a reincarnation powerhouse, let alone an angel? Master, the great vengeance hasn't been avenged yet. You cannot fall here, or I won't be able to explain it to the master. The man forced a smile, then spoke. Quite tenacious, but this ends here. Sacred prohibition. Just as the 2 were murmuring, a radiant figure appeared behind them. Clad in holy armor, the woman emanated a powerful aura of both reincarnation and sacred power, making her seem extremely solemn. She suddenly raised her voice, and countless white light patterns, like stars, flickered throughout the demon-suppressing prison. Instantly, countless demonic shadows and evil energies fled in all directions. The power she unleashed could only be countered by a reincarnation expert. Dragon Wolf's body. Seeing this, the black fiend Dragon Wolf's mind sank. His demonic energy surged, and in an instant, an energy beast shadow over 1,000 feet tall appeared before them. The shadow, like a dragon, had a massive green body covered in dragon scales, giving off a sacred aura. In addition, a prominent green dragon horn on its wolf-like head gave it an imposing presence, faintly touching the reincarnation realm. Let's end this. The light demon betrayed the holy sea. And you, Black Fiend Dragon Wolf, one of the 3 supreme rulers of the monster realm, who does not know what is good for you, aiding the tyrant and committing atrocities, come along with me back to the holy sea to face judgment. The loud voice rang out like a divine decree announcing the sentence of death. As the holy markings on the graceful figure increased, the entire demon-suppressing prison suddenly shook. Countless evil demonic shadows seemed to respond to the provocation, forming a monstrous image nearly 10,000 feet tall, roaring savagely at the figure. A group of mere ants and parasites. Be consumed by the radiance of the divine. The clear chant echoed, filling the entire sky with an unusual stillness. The towering demonic image, which had gathered countless monsters, instantly collapsed as it brushed against the faint beam of light. Go! Seeing this, Black Fiend Dragon Wolf trembled uncontrollably. Then, with a polite gesture, he embraced the light demon and stepped into the waterfire evil cage. In this situation, perhaps only the evil cage that imprisoned the 2 White King-level powerhouses could offer a glimmer of hope. OM, OM, OM. The sacred light beams purified the countless evils within the demon-suppressing prison, fully revealing its divine angelic nature. So, the existence of the demon-suppressing prison's 2 kings of evil. Very well, then I'll kill them as well. The angelic figure slowly calmed her attack, her beautiful eyes gazing through the surrounding waterfire domain. She spoke softly. Behind her, the 4 wings gently fluttered. With each flap, a beam of light was released, washing away the endless evil aura below. A 4-winged angel, with the power of reincarnation. Beneath her, because of the lingering traces left by the angelic power attack, one could see a bottomless abyss that stretched 10,000 feet deep. Within the abyss, there was no trace of evil, only rare beams of light.